Hello, hello. It's Randy Byrd, and it's the first free coaching call of the year, 2026. It's interesting. Brent Gove, my best friend, we golfed through the week of Christmas to New Year's, and he beat me bad. He beat me like 3-0, and he keeps telling me, yeah, we're 3-0. I'm like, dude, it's a brand new year. You cannot count anything that happened in 2025. It's a brand new year. So this year we played 4 times already in Puerto Rico, and we're 2-2. He squeaked out a win today, winning by 1 stroke. So we're 2-2. He keeps trying to give me this. I'm 5-3. I'm like, no, 2025 doesn't count. And guess what? I'm saying that because your year last year doesn't count. What you did in 2025 does not matter. Don't care. Don't tell me about it, right? That's past tense. I want to focus on the future. I want to focus on what you can accomplish for 2026 and beyond. So I hope you love my little golf analogy. I'm always full of them. But the reality is, with AI, there's so many people that think they understand AI because they've got ChatGPT on their phone and they ask how to make spaghetti with ChatGPT. It's awesome. It tells you how to make tomato sauce and all the things. But there's really some massive, massive opportunities in your real estate business. I'm going to give you some short tricks today and some tips that are broker agnostic. It doesn't matter if you're with Keller Williams, EXP, Coldwell Banker, Realogy, doesn't matter. You could use these things. Um, and again, we do these calls every single week. They're broker agnostic, so you could bring your agents in from other companies. We have a lot of guests that will be outside my particular company of EXP. I'm a coach and a team leader with EXP, but this is about you. It's about your real estate business today. So we got the CEO of Realty Connect here today, a referral program nationally. Dana is amazing. If you know somebody that wants to put their license in referral status and have some opportunities for receiving referral checks for hardly no money at all, paid monthly or yearly, Dana's the guy. So look up Realty Connect, and he can help you with that. But I want to jump in with this today and I want to share some things that are going to help you understand the topics that are available to you to build. All right. So we're going to jump right in today and I'm going to share my screen. I'm on my laptop and I've got some new laptop and stuff. So I might, bear with me as we go with this. So I'm asked for a little feedback. Maybe Dana, you could tell me if I got the correct tabs and pages and things open as I share.
Good
All
job.
right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my, let me see if I can share my entire screen. I can. And then I'm going to switch Dana to, uh, oh, that was weird. To share your computer audio. Okay. I don't need to do that right now. It's trying to have me do all kinds of crazy stuff. So you should see my screen okay, Dana, now. Is that
Yep.
accurate?
Yep. Looks like you're about
Okay.
to pop up ChatGPT.
Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. So I built a model this morning. I want to give you a couple highlights so you understand. When you go into ChatGPT, and by the way, I'm going to produce a PDF with directions for you so you can actually go back, follow the PDF point to point, and get this done. When I coach and when I teach, I want to coach to the simplest common denominator for everybody, right? I don't want to assume where you're at. So we want to start and go through every step so you can get this done. So when you open your chat GPT, it's going to look like this. You're going to have a opportunity to see your chat GPT. And this is where you could ask it to help me make spaghetti, right? It will do so many things for you. And that's about making a joke about spaghetti. That's about the extent that agents use this for. They use it for directions. They use it for, how should I do this? I get it, but the power of GPT is just incredible. And one of the biggest things that I found as an asset is building an assistant. It's actually called a agent. So a Chat GPT agent is the correct term, or a GPT with an apostrophe S. So you can see on my screen here, it says GPTs here. You see, I have one for my RV park boss. I told it what I'm looking for RV parks to purchase as investments. How many lots, NOI, net operating profit or income, location, geographical. I want to stay below freezing areas like the Sun Belt. There's so much you can do, and it will actually go and search the internet for all this stuff. And now with 5.2, it has the ability to do some incredible deep research. I could have it go to public records. I could have it look up phone numbers. I could do so many things. I have one for my track boss. I have a coaching company that I run called a track boss. I have a coaching boss, one that my coaching clients have that has my language in it and maybe what the objections they would get. So I've fine tuned a couple of these. Social agent, I did a 2026 social agent particular assistant. So they know exactly what I want to do when I post on social media. So when I give directions to this based in that ChatGPT, assistant, it will follow the directions I've already given it. Instagram, I want it to be 14 by 26. I want it to be this. I want it to be colorful. I want you to pull the pictures in from wherever I want, right? I can give it direction. So today we're going to be setting up a new one. And to do that, you simply go to Explore GPTs. If you're doing this live, if you have split screens and you want to do this with me, you're welcome to. And if you don't, just pay attention and then go back and watch this and have YouTube on one side of the screen and do it on the other side, and it will help you. But the first thing we do is hit Explore GPTs. Okay. That will pull up this screen here you see. Let me move my zoom around. It will pull up this screen that says Discover and create custom GPT versions to combine instructions, extra knowledge, and any combination of skills. I want you to think of it like this. If you hired a new assistant, you would sit down with them, you'd give them a notepad and a piece of paper, and you'd have them learn you, right? You'd say, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is when I work, this is what I don't work. These are the things that I want to be focused on. Okay. And so you're going to do the same thing with that. And the way you do this is on the right side of the screen, you're going to see this create button. Now, next to it is my GPTs, which are the ones that I showed you that I created. And then next to it says create. We're going to hit create. Okay. And it's going to pull up a prompt that you're going to be able to put in what you want to make. It says, hi, I will help you build a new GPT. We're referring this to as your assistant, right? Your AI assistant. You could say something like make creative ways to help generate visuals, new products. This is like a little overview of telling you how you can create this thing. But I've done one for you and I want to show it to you. And I'm actually going to have you just copy and paste it into the GPT in just a second. So let me look up this one that I just built. Let's see where she is living right now. I just did it a few minutes ago and I'm looking. Let me go back a little bit and see if I can find it. If not, we'll start over and we'll do it from scratch. But I was going to copy and paste it to make it easy for you. Bear with me a second. I got my, there we go, local market authority boss. Here, let me open this up. So I named this my local market authority boss. And so I'm going to put in here what we want it to say and how we want to configure it. So here's what we did. And I'm going to copy and paste this. So you can literally just put it into your chat, paste. Okay. So if you want, you can open your chat GPT, get to where we are, and then copy and paste that right into your GPT when we hit that create button. All right. So I'm going to start over so you can see me doing it with you. So I'm going to hit the create button. All right. So we're going to go back to create a GPT. We're going to just copy and paste that right into the directions and hit enter. So we're making a new one from scratch. Okay, so you can see it's thinking right now, and I just said this GPT supports real estate agents and the hyper local market intelligence, content creation, and social strategy. It gathers the reasons over local data such as pricing, inventory migration patterns, and days on market, all those things. I told it that when we started just prior to the call. All I did was speak that into ChatGPT and it made this new agent. So the next step it's going to do is we're going to ask it to ask us 10 questions to learn about our market. And it's going to say like, I want to focus on Salem, Oregon, or Peoria or Arizona, whatever you want it to be, right? So I'm going to start this way. Ask me 10 questions to get to know my hyperlocal market. So, what's your primary market? In this particular case, if you're doing it with me, if you're watching the video later and doing it live, you could follow along with me. So, all you have to do when you get to the bottom of this, let me stop my recording, is I'm going to just type in number one so it knows what number I'm on, and then I'm going to answer the question. So, my primary market is Peoria, Arizona, and I want to specifically focus on the neighborhood of Trilogy. Okay, so I answered number one. Now I'm just going to go to number two. All right, so we're going to go through this real quick. You could do it with me, and again, or again, if you're watching, you could do it after the work. What's your average price point or target range? If I don't know, I'm going to tell it to tell me. I want you to tell me my average price point and target range based on sales price and demographics for that particular area. All right, so we did number two. Number three, are you mainly focused on buyers, sellers, or both right now? We all know we want sellers, right? But I'm focused on all. So let's put, I'm focused on buyers and sellers, but please be seller heavy, meaning that I want you to be specific about my intentions of wanting to operate and handle sellers mostly. I don't want you to overlook buyers, but I want you to understand that ultimately my goal is to get more sellers and more listings than buyers. All right. So you can see how I was much more elaborate in my answer, right? And by the way, it's thinking and it's doing all these things as I'm giving it the answers. And I'm going to number four. How has inventory been trending up recently, up or down or steady? This is asking questions to bring the interest into this, right? So I'm going to put number four. I want you to use market statistics to watch the inventory trends, whether they're going up, down, or steady, including price points and days on market, otherwise known as saturation. All right, so that's number four. Let's go to number five. Who are your main competitors? Now, check this out. I want you to think about this one. Watch this. I want you to research the top three agents in Peoria, Arizona, and copy, but don't plagiarize their social media channels, their websites. I want you to look at all their marketing, and I want you to evaluate everything from Google ads to Facebook and Instagram ads to their social channels to see what they're doing great so we could replicate that and copy what they're doing. So it will actually look for the top agents and go through that. So we're almost done. We're going to get to number six here. What kind of properties move fast, entry level homes? This is where you could say kind of what you're looking to do in that particular area. Like if you're a new agent, you could say, I'm new to real estate. I want the highest turnover, the most amount of sales in a particular price range. All those things that you want to do will help you. If you want to focus on luxury, new home construction, whatever it may be, this is where you would put that in there. Number seven, are there any big local factors shaping the market right now? Employers, migration trends, new developments? I want to answer that one. I want you to focus on what big employers are moving to the area within 60 miles of Peoria. I also want you to take in consideration migration trends both in and out of the area and focus all my marketing efforts within a 60-mile radius. All right. We're getting there. I'm almost there. Okay, we got a couple others. Let's see. What social media platforms do you want me to prioritize? Focus on the social media platforms, Facebook, both my personal page and my business page, my Instagram page, and my LinkedIn page. All right. Now we're going to go up. And I know if you're looking at my screen, it's kind of going fast, but you should be able to follow with me here. Oops. Stop the recording again. And how do you currently position yourself? Data-driven, community expert, lifestyle focused. I'm going to leave that alone for now. I can edit it later. And then what's your biggest, oops, sorry about that. What's your biggest marketing goal over the next 60 or 90 days? Leads, brand awareness, listing attraction, or engagement? You could tell it what you want to do. But what I want to do now is I want it to, um, let's wrap up this GPT with a name and a logo, and then create the 4 or 5 shortcuts to get to each category. Okay, so it's given me the idea of a trilogy market command, right? So that's one particular name, or trilogy marketing edge. This is all for you. So it's not really critical, but I want to show you how to do it and how to change it, right? So which name would you like me to lock in? Let's go local listing authority. Use local listing authority. I'm gonna do that differently. Let's use Arizona listing agent authority boss. Period. Spell boss with all capitals, BOSS. Watch. What's cool about this is I just give it directions to do, and it's generating a profile picture. It's going to do all that. And it's also going to, it did all that on its own. It's coming up with the name. Look on the right side of the screen, though. It already updated my GPT, my assistant. So it's got seller focus things for LinkedIn, all these things, 30-day plans. It's got the name, it's got the logo, it's got all that there. And now it says let's finalize with 4 or 5 access shortcuts, right? So it did market intel, social content, LinkedIn leadership, competitor insights, and ad strategy. Do you want me to keep these 5, or do you want me to change any of them? Let's just say you wanted to change. They all look good except number 3. I want you to put how I become the local real estate hero through video and social media. Okay, perfect. Your shortcut is now tuned up. You notice across the screen on the right side of my screen, it totally changed them based on the conversation I just told it to have, right? So now we've got a GPT, an assistant. We've named it. We've changed the logo. You could change the logo super easy if you want to. Like, for instance, I'm going to say, change the brand logo to a professional female holding a clipboard, make it elegant but professional. And especially with the GPT 5.2, it's so knowledgeable now. So it's got that one in there. I like it. Let's just say we like it. So it automatically updated it on the right. You could add anything you want to it. But once we get this done, now we could put it to use. Once we get this GPT built, if I go back into my GPTs, you'll see that show up now for me when I start looking into my GPTs on the side, right? So as we do this, this will actually create the ability to now ask it specific questions that we've already taught it. It will look up days on market. It will look up all those things as we progress. So let me go over here and show you an example of that. My GPTs, we're going to go to the local market authority boss. Okay, so now once we built this, the one that I built was the local market authority boss. If I just click one of these, analyze my city's market data and migration trends, it's going to already know. Now I'm doing the other one that I did. Oh, I need to go back to the Arizona one. Sorry, my apologies. Let's see, where is it? New project, explore GPTs, my GPTs. I don't know if that one is this an untitled one or if I'm just lost on my laptop at this particular moment. Let's go to the other one I just built a minute ago, and I'm going to put analyze my city's market, and it's asking me for the market. And I'll take some Q&A here in just about 2 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to answer the questions here. Use Peoria, Arizona, specifically the Trilogy subdivision, and give me a market status update of this area. I want you to focus on price point, days on market, and inventory saturation. Focus on single family for now. So once you've built this assistant effectively, we can keep telling it what we want to accomplish in that area, and it will create this stuff for us. So in this particular case, it's not so much about the data, it's about the process of you building your own assistant in your particular area. Right. So I'm going to show you what it came up with here. So in this particular case, it says price point median sales price 550, significantly down 25% year over year. That's a big deal. We just rented a house in Trilogy because the market's still coming down. We want to take a look at the market. We want to wait for interest rates and all those things. We got approved to buy a home, but I was like, we're going to rent for a while. Watch this because the place we rented, it came down $800 a month in rent, and the prices have come down about 80 grand in the last 12 months. So, in this particular case, it's showing the average median price around 625. Local brokerage data suggests the price between 665 and 680 for single family homes in that area. That sounds about right. Days on the market. So it did all this stuff for me, right? What's cool about this is now because I've taught this particular GTP what to do, I could say, provide me an Instagram post based on this GPT. I want to create something that's visual and informational for people that may be moving to the area. Okay, so now it's making hyper local specific posts that will be along the lines of this. And it's asking me a couple questions to tailor it properly, right? So you can see how much opportunity there is when you start building these things. In the effort of time, I want to make sure that I honor the idea of answering any questions for you today. So you could raise your hand if you have a question, or we've got a small enough group you could take yourself off mute and ask a question. I'll see if I can tie it together for you. And so let's do that now. If anybody has any questions, um, did I blow you away with going too fast? Did you follow along with it? Do you understand it? Did you already know this information? What is it for you, and how may I be of value? Yeah,
Randy Timbe. Yeah,
Sean,
sorry.
welcome here, local hero, legend. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. Timbe had a question in the chat that he threw in there.
Okay, I'll look at it. Can you give us a prompt again without? Oh, yes. About finding out your competition? Yes. So let me do it in ChatGPT and then I'll put it in there. And you could also listen to it again. But Outline my competition in the area of Peoria, Arizona. I want you to look at the top three, no more than five agents that are doing the most amount of production. If you could separate it, so the agents that are doing mostly buyers and mostly sellers, period. I want you to look at their websites, comma, their Instagram and Facebook posts, their LinkedIn posts, and I want to copy what they're doing, period. I want you to give me a summary of these agents with any relevant information you could find on them. How long they've been in business, how long they've been at their current company, their typical production with GCI, gross commission income, and any other things you might find relevant, period. I want to mirror and match the top agents in town and take over becoming the number one agent in this particular area. Okay, so excellent. This is exactly the type of competitive audit that the local market authority boss is designed for, right? So I'm going to do this. They're going to look for the top 3 to 5 producers. It's going to do all this. It's asking me a couple questions. Do I want to include teams, etc.? So I'm going to do it real quick. Watch this. Yes, you can include teams, but I want to focus on individual agents that I'm going to take over and crush. I want you to focus on residential sales only, exclude new construction and luxury for now. I may ask for it later. I also want to target Peoria proper, which is the 85383. So it asked me the qualifying questions of what I wanted to do. So now it's got a clear and focused task that it's going to go. And now it's asking for, once you confirm, I'll start real-time search. Here's what I'll deliver. Include or exclude. Only focus on agents that are primarily in the Peoria market for now. So it had a couple more questions for me before it started thinking. Now it's thinking, adapting to the live data access. Okay, thanks. Here we go. Okay, where to pull from? It's going to pull from the MLS, the AR MLS. It's going to pull from the Department of Real Estate. It's going to perform leaderboard searches, copy and paste audit searches. It's doing all this stuff for me, estimating GCI. It's doing all this work for me in just a few moments of what's happening, right? Now I'm just going to say, great, give me a really quick printout of the 3 to 5 agents you came up with and what are the highlights of what they're doing correct. Okay, so it's coming up with the top agents. Kristen O'Brien, HomeSmart, profile 19 years licensed, Peoria resident, solo agent, not on a team, yada, yada, right? I'm doing this live, so I'm not looking at anything in any detail. And it's just coming up with the agents based on what I asked them to do. Now, this is public. This is a public recording. I got Mike Anderson at Realty One, Jennifer Lopez, My Home Group, Brian, Remax Professionals, and they're all doing 16 million, 20 million, 24 million, 18 million. Let's just say, and we're towards the end of our call, I'll wrap it up in 2 minutes. Let's just say we really track with Kristen O'Brien at HomeSmart, right? I'm going to copy her name and I'm going to say, I'm going to paste it here. Use this agent to build me a marketing platform to replicate what she's doing well. Look at her website, her social media, all of her posts, and all of her reviews, and find out what I could do to compete with her in the local market. So let's see what it comes up with here. Come on. It just kind of froze on my hair. Oh,
Yeah, it
network
looked like you went
connection.
offline.
Yep, it looks like we just dropped network Wi-Fi. It's Puerto Rico, so it's like a normal thing. So with that, I'm gonna take and stop the share for a minute, answer any more questions real quick before we hop off. But if you have questions, if it was overwhelming or whatever, just go back and listen to the recording. But I'm telling you, when you do this, then you take the power of GTP and you start putting it to use for you specifically, right? We made jokes about how do I make spaghetti and how do I run the 6 minute mile, all that stuff. But that's really what most people are using it for. And the reality is, you could literally do this, make this GPT agent. Um, I call it the Chat GPT assistant. You could do that, and it can become your live assistant where you're actually saying, "Hey, I want to dominate this particular price range, this whatever," and we'll come up with a game plan for you. And it's like hiring marketing people and CPAs and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool stuff. But I thought that was valuable for you today of how to actually build this agent. And then all of a sudden, you don't have to go in and start training it and asking things. You could just say, do an Instagram post based on what's going on the real estate market this week. And it will take all that past information and put it into a post that you could literally copy and paste. Pretty cool stuff. Anyway, thank you for being here. If you have any other questions, I'm going to check chat real quick. But yep, it looks like we're good. All right, so we're here every single week. Tell your friends, tell the others. And again, you can invite people from other companies. Anybody's welcome. I just like to keep it real estate focused, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week from Puerto Rico. It's Birdman saying bye for now. See you guys.
Thanks, Randy.
You bet. Thank you. Bye.